Ontario, the home of the Raptors, where we're broadcasting live. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Now the starting group for Orlando. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Payton and Oladipo, the explosive backcourt pair. And it's Fournier in the 3 spot.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time.
The shot's good from Fournier. Here's Toronto. Lowry dishes to Patterson. Inside. And finished off by DeRozan.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Dishes it to Fournier. And he hits the jump shot. Fournier's got 5. The Raptors have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Now here's Payton to the paint.
Yeah, I try to get it before you start dunking.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
Here's Gordon after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Payton, that's good.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted.
He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
that could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I'll tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
And it's Gordon penetrating. Oladipo outside. Lets it go from deep. And it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Payton. Gordon's got 5 now.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Lowry. Vucevic with the block. Oh, and here we go with Gordon. Nobody back. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
A lot, but he can't shoot a lot.
Toronto, they've got 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. Carroll passes to Patterson. Stolen by Gordon. Pass break. Here come the Magic. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
There's a screen. And Patterson kicks to Carroll. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
2 seconds.
And now Orlando on the break. Oladipo's running.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And Toronto had a strong season against the East last year. They would end up with 33 wins against their own conference and earn that 4 seed in the East.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Vucevic. Nicholson comes in for Aaron Gordon. Isaiah, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Jennings in for Alfred Payton. Ross for 3. Brandon Jennings with the rebound. And the Raptors did play the other East teams well, went 500 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams too.
And despite that, we know the Raptors had a disappointing playoff run to end the year, but I thought they still showed that they are a power in the East by having another strong season against the conference. Oh! Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Ross dishes to Biombo, and he jams it with authority.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
There's Azania. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. The Magic shooting their first free throws of this game.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Oh, we've seen. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Orlando.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Powell is out there with Corey Joseph. Then it's Terrence Ross. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Scola in a power forward. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Pass to Ilyasova. Out to the right wing. Corner shot. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
And guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball? Always a decent threat to score. His improvements in efficiency were amazing. He increased his field goal accuracy from 41 to 47% in only 1 year.
When we were talking about Ilyasova, there's a reason his field goal percentage went up last season. It wasn't necessarily better shooting. It was probably better shot selection.
And I think the scheme played to his strengths. Lots of ball movement, penetration, kicking out the open spot-up shooters. Ersan showed us that's his kind of game.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. DeRozan comes in for Ross. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Powell. And Toronto making a change here. Patterson's checked in. And for Aaron Gordon, so much fanfare entering the 2014 draft, selected 4th overall, which was actually a couple of slots higher, I think, Greg, than many experts thought.
I agree, and, you know, a lot of people obviously liked him, but Orlando clearly loved him and had very high hopes for this young man. And, of course, the injured foot, only 11 games a season ago, and never really got back on track.
Down low, it's stolen by Valanciunas. DeRozan passes to Joseph. And finished off by DeRozan.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker. And, you know, getting back to Aaron Gordon, his defense is really what had scouts most excited. He has the rare combination of strength, lateral quickness, and ups to defend multiple positions.
Fast break. Here come the Magic. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
The dish to Gordon. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And talking about Aaron Gordon, everyone knew coming in that he was kind of unrefined. You're betting on his upside and hoping that he develops a consistent shot. And, boy, if he does, you're talking about a guy who could become a perennial all-star.
And it's Toronto with the rebound. Joseph's got his third rebound tonight. And Patterson kicks to DeRozan. And he gets the bucket. DeRozan's got 10 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row ain't close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
DeMarre Carroll's checked in for Toronto. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
Yeah, but he dunks.
Outside Jennings. Passes it to Dedmon. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Cool. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Here's Lowry. And it comes off the front of the rim. And going back to Patterson for that jam. Just beautiful.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Why are you always
And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with this combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
Fournier dishes to Dedmon. Second shot opportunity. Ooh. And the rejection by Valanciunas. It's stolen by Carroll. To the inside. Here's Lowry.
Oh, really?
Brandon Jennings with the rebound.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical. Might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. He's whistled for the 5-second back-to-the-basket violation.
That's one of the few mistakes they've made this half. Turnovers haven't been an issue for them yet.
Luis Scola, he's checked in for Toronto. Terrence Ross comes in for DeMarre Carroll. Smith checked in for Orlando. The drive by Lowry. Ross with a wide-open look. And again, no good by Toronto. It's tipped and stolen by Scola. And the first half comes.
Terrence Ross. Yep.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Orlando. The backcourt is Payton and Oladipo. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. And it's Fournier in the three.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
4 on the clock. Payton drives in. The layup missed.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Oh, my God.
It's taken away by Payton. And he makes good on the layup.
That's fine.
Payton's got his second basket.
That is
And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what, we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's
when the
exactly
guy was
why
right
the
in his
Orlando
face,
Magic
ready to
hired
block
him.
him.
He plays with an edge, but he
Yeah.
develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't it?
Yep, well said.
Lowry passes to DeRozan. Got a piece of it.
Yeah, I can't.
Pass to
Every time
Fournier.
you reach out, you get the ball. I can't get into it.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. For Toronto, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
That's his first personal foul.
The first free throw is good.
And the Magic struggled last season, still waiting on one of their young stars to just take that next step.
The Raptors making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. Toward the end of the year, the Magic saw leaps from Oladipo and from Elfrid Payton.
Yeah, I like those 2 young guys, Kevin, but it's hard to compete in the NBA without a top 20 scorer.
Here's Gordon. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Evan Fournier. Here's Vucevic. 6 on the shot clock. The turnaround jumper. And he gets it to go. And the Magic lead by 4.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Screen by Valanciunas. Carroll kicks to DeRozan. He dishes it to Joseph. And the pass to Patterson. From 13, that drops. Patterson's got 4 points in the quarter. Orlando's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Payton outside to the middle. Unloads from 9. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
That's a dive. He's on
Mambo, he's checked in for Valanciunas. And the Magic making a change here as well. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Vucevic. And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. Oladipo outside. Drills the three-pointer. Oladipo's got 9 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And for Victor Oladipo, guys,
they would not let me pass that ball off.
This game is cheating, He has the feel to be one of the best guards in the league, and he's on the right track right now. Very excited for his future.
It's so garbage.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And the Raptors with some changes. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Patterson. Terrence Ross comes in for DeMar Carroll. And it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Andrew Nicholson comes in for Ilyasova. Hezonja, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Jennings in for Payton.
This game is so fucking rigged. I hate it so badly.
As you said about Oladipo, he has a bright future in this league after playing at Indiana, already stepping into the leader role with the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, and what I like most about his game and the way he plays is that he contributes really in every facet. I'll use a baseball term. He's a 5-2. I mean, he really does a little bit of everything well, and he can make a big impact even when his shot isn't falling, be it on the glass with his passing or his defense. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Oh, I didn't just. Because I lose it. And then they give you a foul by the computer.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Oh, my God.
He's checked in for the Raptors. And the Magic making a change here as well. Evan Fournier is checked in for Oladipo. The Magic shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Both free throws good from Smith.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
To the middle. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. 6 points for Smith.
Brandon Jennings.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Lowry has the open look. And again, Toronto no up.
So, more than likely, the best player on my damn
at the
team
end of the third quarter,
can't
it's a
miss a
double-digit
wide-ass
ball
open
game.
three. Which is all you good for. Yeah, but you
And
have
we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup. But we'll see how much things change up here. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards.
I shouldn't have to.
Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Powell in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Patterson, the screen. 6 to shoot. Back to Valanciunas. It's stolen by Vucevic. For 3, Fournier. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Fast break, Toronto. Here's DeRozan. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Powell. Here's Lowry. And Lowry gets double-teamed. And Valanciunas penetrating.
I was about to say, what the hell is going on? Why is he going all the way out to the three-point line?
And Valanciunas kicks to Patterson. Makes it off the glass. Patterson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Raptors. To the inside. Dedmon. Second chance shot. And he sinks the layup. Dedmon's got the lead up to 11 now for the Magic.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
So
and if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
And I can't pass.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot. If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Orlando leading by 11. Vucevic, a screen on Lowry. The wide open look here for Vucevic. And it's off the back rim, no good. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Magic making a switch here. Oladipo's checked in. Payton drives in. He kicks it to Fournier. Payton dishes to Gordon. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And the Raptors call time here.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Magic. Raptors trailed by 13. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Deflects the pass. Gordon kicks to Ilyasova. Lets the three fly. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Especially on the three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
And once again, last season, the Magic were near the bottom of the East. Only 15 wins for them against the rest of that conference.
Down low. Lowry kicks to Carroll. That ball's nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Gordon against Carroll. Gordon the pass to Vucevic. And he gets it to go.
Yeah, buddy.
And the Magic have been a bit of a doormat for the East the last few seasons, it seems, Clark.
Well, we'll put some numbers on that for you, partner.
Yep.
They've finished in the bottom 3 each of the last 3 seasons. The plan is to collect talent, and they've done that, but it hasn't gelled or matured to the point of being consistent yet.
Valanciunas dishes to
Oh,
Lowry.
my God.
It's taken away by Payton.
You got it.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front quarter. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid.
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Oh, my God.
Boy,
The ball just ended up in. All right,
gets up
son.
and
You got
stays
this. I don't
Man,
even.
you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Orlando.
They won't even give me a steal. I'm
Well,
sitting
they've
here
forced
jumping
a
in front of the
decent
ball
number
and
of
getting
turnovers
to
in this
it.
one,
Oh, no,
fellas.
we're gonna have a roll on
They've
your
turned
back.
most of those
And then jump
turnovers
right
into
into the
points.
guy's hand.
Yeah, and they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every
Oh, my God.
opportunity.
I can't pass the freaking ball.
And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's
you got it, man.
gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, 3-point free throws. But I like his work ethic and his confidence.
In talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic, also his pregame film studies, something his college coach absolutely raved about, and all that showed up for him big time last season.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Vucevic. Ilyasova comes in for Aaron Gordon. Hezonja, he's checked in for Oladipo. And it's Jennings in for Payton. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
And you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a 3-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
And here is Scola. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys. Plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that, Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
And stolen by Ilyasova. Out to the right wing. Here's Azanya.
Just decided to just get him press the button. I was like,
Another
no,
miss
just
by
get him
Orlando.
press the button.
Here's Powell. He cans that one.
Man, that is
Good
not
shot to
an
make.
easy
Last shot that
right
didn't
there.
matter
He had
for
to
shit.
get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's
Got enough juice to run another one? They don't. Well, then I wouldn't recommend you picking them against me now, against a team that mollywalked you earlier. I'm damn sure not gonna let this 2K bullshit get ahead and win you another game. I knew Kemba Walker looks like this dude at my job. Keep on telling him that. I'm like, yo, Kemba. Black. The good guys dress in black. Remember that.
Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida cantar. Nunca no mesmo lugar, seja sozinho a dois. O resto eu vejo depois. Mas só em pensar que com a sua face, tudo que eu pedisse, só você que me desse. Aí pensando Deus se esse quarto falasse. Mas que pena, já era, já era, já era. Não deixo mais aquela tão bela e singela. E nem dá. Por quê?
We're here at the Time Warner Cable Arena. Crowd going crazy. It's the Sacramento Kings taking on the Charlotte Hornets. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for Sacramento, McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Cauley Stein. And it's Rondo in at the point guard. The pass to Cauley Stein. Back to Rondo. He kicks it to Cauley Stein. Tries to keep it alive. He dishes it to Gay. Goes up with it again. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like the ball was not going into the wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33-49, just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Williams dishes to Walker. Shot clock at 5. It's deflected. Stolen by Gay. Here's McLemore. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. McLemore's got his first 2 points.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor. You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years. Off to a nice start here. They've hit all 3 from the field.
Rondo, good.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan, to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Williams. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. And stolen by Gay. Batum with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Kid Gilchrist has got it. Feeds it to Williams. To the inside. And the dunk by Zeller.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass. And guys, what's worked for the Hornets is that they were consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming year. You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year 2. In fact, his production only improved slightly, but that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
Here's Walker after Rudy Gay's bucket. Walker with it. He's picked up by Rondo, and he gets it to go. 6 points for Cody Zeller.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Some changes for Sacramento. The Kings trailed by 7. Outside Collison. Pass to Koufos. At the top of the key, Caspi. 6 on the shot clock. And the jumper falls for him. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Inside. Another shot by Lynn.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
To the wing right side. And Bellinelli kicks to Kufis. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Jefferson, that's good.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Bellinelli passes
to
Kufis. Oh, and here we go with Lee. Nobody back. Finishes the break with a slam.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Hornets lead by 9. 2K Sports back in a moment here at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Charlotte.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
On the court for Sacramento. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Caspi is out there with Quincy Ace. Then it's Curry. And it's Collison at the point. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Oh, that's so fun.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch 4.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for the Hornets. Kemba Walker comes in for Jeremy Lin. The Kings also with the sub. Gay's checked in.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Here's AC. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And a look back at his numbers from the free throw line last year, 78%, so not too bad.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Sacramento. And he sinks the second. And it's the Hornets with the ball. Batum dishes to Kaminsky. Back to Batum. Curry with the steal. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket for Mason.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
For Sacramento, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Then McLemore, he's checked in for Curry. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Kaminsky. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. On defense, Charlotte, 10-point lead. Screen by Cousins. There's the pick. Here's Gay. Not enough on that one as it misses.
I haven't been on the floor.
And what a pickup to get a guy like Carl, Greg, on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. And he's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Clark.
As did his son, Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It's a family affair.
Another miss by Batum.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
No good off the front iron.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. And Zeller kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte moving the ball around. It's tipped and stolen by Cousins.
That was clearly a forced pass. There was no room for him to make it. Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point, but Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Hansbrough's checked in for Williams, and Lee's subbed in for Nicholas Batum. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Rondo against Walker. Rondo passes to Gay.
Oh, my God.
And stolen by Zeller. The tray. And it's Lee that time on the assist from Hansbrough. Lee's got 5 now.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three. And with that Cousins story about the writer, Cousins actually called him out about that failed prediction. I mean, they made amends, however, with the writer eating his words and donating to a charity of Cousins' choice. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Walker with a clean look. And the 3 off target.
Yeah, and for Cousins, it's never been a question of talent. I mean, many are glad to see that he's been able to stay focused really for the first stretch of his career.
And it's Lee penetrating. Down low.
They just, I was about to say, they put me out of position on purpose.
It's deflected. And they get it back.
I'm sitting the whole time like
That's
I'm guarding
good.
them. You're like, no, I'm just going to step away.
56 seconds left from the first half of basketball. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Gay outside. Cauley Stein with it. He's against Hansbrough. Cauley Stein's shot is good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Shot by Zeller, no good.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Lee with the block. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee. 12 seconds left here in the second.
Oh, my God.
Another miss by Gay.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that.
Oh, my God.
And so that brings the first half to a close. The Hornets on top. They're up by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
fact that there's no start button.
The Kings trail by 7. Well, the Sacramento Kings weren't exactly road toughened last season, but they did have Clarkson impressive stints.
Yeah, they were excellent in terms of scoring the ball. No problem at all putting up points. The road defense was a different story.
I would have rather than give you the foul.
Kid Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in the pivot spot manning the middle. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Rondo kicks to Cousins. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Cousins has got his second bucket.
And as you mentioned with the Kings, they did shoot well on the road. Top 10 in the NBA in terms of road field goal percentage. And they actually shot threes better away from home as well. So the real question for them was on the defensive side of the ball.
And he gets it to go. And it's 6 points for Gay.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
The Kings were only 11-30 on the road last season, guys, and being a bottom 5 defense on the road in the NBA is part of the reason for that.
And the Hornets making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in. And the Kings also making a change. Curry's checked in for Ben McLemore. Rondo drives in. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Kaminsky with the ball. Cousins is there.
Frank the Tank.
5 to shoot. Fires top of the key. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. The Kings trail by 5. Outside for Rondo. Has to call his Stein. It's Curry with the drive. The shot no good.
Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in there.
Oh, my God.
Shot's good by Walker.
Yo.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there. And a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Batum wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 5th assist in this one.
I'm just not supposed to have the ball in my hand.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality. Maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assistant.
Dropping dimes cards.
Charlotte calls timeout. Greg talking about Walker. You have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
Charlotte making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
Oh,
and
I couldn't get a steal for nothing.
Quincy Aces come in for Cauley Stein.
I get a steal like, no,
and
get it right there. And then you get that shit.
And the dunk by Zeller.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
The Hornets another fast break chance right here. And slam dunk by Kid Gilchrist.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
A big dip in performance here for the Hornets last year. In 2014, they were very tough to beat at home, and that was not the case in 2015.
Yeah, I mean, they struggled to string together those defensive runs at home, and in the end, that led to their less than stellar record.
And, you know, that record for the Hornets last year at home, they ended up going 19-22, 6 fewer wins than they had in 2014 when they last made the playoffs.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And getting back to the Hornets, they were the worst shooting team in the league at home. And they have to remedy that in a hurry. Shot only 42% here last season.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Rondo kicks to Curry. Kings moving the ball around. And Cousins throws it down.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in
Oh,
there.
my God.
He passed him open for that deuce.
Yeah, this game is out of control.
And Nicholas Batum injuring his wrist last season, he was pushed in the back by Larry Sanders on a dunk and went down hard.
We saw that wrist bother Batum all season long. His shooting numbers down drastically. Clark, a major blow for him.
And you know what? The league might have to look at that. I mean, Sanders got a 1-game suspension, but is that really enough to discourage that kind of reckless foul? It's a thin line, but I think it's worth a further look. Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And he gets it to go. And that's 10 points here for Cousins.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
The Kings trail by 7. Rondo kicks to Curry. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Curry's got 5.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Here's Zeller.
I was there the whole time.
Oh,
They would not let Quinn
no
Ace get him to step inside. I was like, you know, he's going to
That's
spin right off
leadership.
him. I'm ready for
Really
it.
valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well,
I'm
there's a
preparing
certain
for the 2K
amount of
bullshit and still
confidence
let
you
the 2K
have
bullshit
when
happen.
the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good.
I think you have a straight up game. Like the game is afraid for games to be like go up to 90.
Hornets leading by 4. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. Caspi is out there with Costa Koufis. Then there's Collison. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Bellinelli in a 2-guard.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
Lamb dishes to Jefferson. Takes it out with both hands and rips it down.
He might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Here's Koufis. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Bellinelli.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart.
Man, it was Caspi versus the point guard.
Especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And the Hornets call time here.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Hansbrough's checked in for Kaminsky. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Courtney Lee. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Lamb. And it's Kemba Walker in for Jeremy Lin. And the Kings also making a change. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Casper. Gay with it. Picked up by Kid Gilchrist. Kicks it out to Gay. Collison for three. Walker with some nice D.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
And it's Koufos missing.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest.
Doesn't make it all the time. He should again.
So against the whistle, contact on the way up, and two shots coming up.
And Kid Gilchrist had that very funky coming into the league. And prior to last year, really worked tirelessly. Not an easy thing to do to try to change the entire form and structure of your jump shot.
And the Kings making a change here. McLemore's checked in. Hornets leading by 3. Left side, Batum. Here's Caldwell.
Well, you talk about clutch plays, defensively and offensively. We saw both right there.
And the gap's narrowing right now, Clark. Every second from here on out counts. Neither team can afford to make mistakes. You got to manage the clock and play smart.
Like, can't look at that tall ass dude. I'm stop right here.
The Kings trail by 3. Collison kicks to Koufos. Inside. Here's Cauley Stein. No good from 11 feet.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that.
I don't know why these guys keep wanting to stop him.
Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Collison, the pass to Koufos. Back to Collison. Koufos inside. Hansbrough defending. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket in Koufos. Walker dishes to Batum. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Right side Jefferson. Shot clock at 6. And Hansbrough kicks to Jefferson. Koufos grabs the miss.
Well, I tell you what, he's going to put a lot of pressure on their perimeter shooters if he can't convert those chances.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Marvin Williams is checked in for Hansbrough. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Sacramento. Rondo comes in for Darren Collison. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Sacramento grabs the miss. And now here comes Gay leading the break.
Yeah.
How about the game for Rudy Gay? He's got 8 points and 4 steals. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Clark, you love the fact that he's a terrific distributor, but also, how about those defensive instincts? That's also been excellent today. And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
And McLemore kicks to Rondo. And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. First free throw is good, and that gives them the lead. And so
Rondo's here with the free throw.
And it's a 2-point ball game.
And nice work at the line. I mean, when the game's this close, you have got to cash in on those opportunities.
And Walker kicks to Jefferson. .35 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Shot to start the run.
I came off for 2 seconds to have somebody else becoming double team.
Really starting to line it up. Big out. Making him pay.
Rondo drives in. Here's Cauley Stein. Buries it.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
Now you need every basket you can get.
Greg, I think they're still alive here, but they better execute every trip down the floor from here on out.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Jefferson, a screen on run. Ooh, offline.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
You know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
4 points.
Rudy Gay. At the line.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5.
Yeah. No, because of the whole bullshit that kept me down by 9 the whole damn game.
And the Hornets call time here. What's your take, guys?
You know, I think he's just trying to send his team a message, you know, not willing to give up on this game just yet. Just trying to instill that fight in this group.
You know what I'm saying? Grabbing steals and dunking and spinning off of this nigga like he's crazy.
Messages and teaching lessons, and I respect that, but at some point, if it's over, it's over. I mean, you need to be looking at the next one. This one's done. Forget about it. Let's move on.
So it's Sacramento picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Thank you for joining us.
Cody Zeller, 12 points. Nicholas Batum, 10. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, 9. DeMarcus Cousins, Rudy Gay, 10. I mean, it's a close game. I mean, our starting lineup had the exact same amount of points. 12, 10, 9, 8. 12, 10, 9, 8, 8. Yeah. Courtney Lee went 7, or so it would have been exactly the same. Look, Tyler Hansbrough had 6, Ben McLemore had 6. Literally, if Courtney Lee scored 1 more point, we would have had the same exact score. Twelve, 10, 9, 8, 8, 6. 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yep. Turnovers. You had a bunch of them at the end of the game, kind of making up. That's why, because mine were heavy. 8 turnovers. You had 9. Yeah, it was a close ass game. Only because of the last quarter. Only because of the last quarter. Let's see. Score summary. Yeah. That's crazy. All right, you want another one? Or you going to bed?